Hey guys, I'm Mallory. Welcome back to King Creek. Today I'm going to be harvesting some things out of my garden. I've got onions, carrots, and potatoes that all need to come out. So I'm going to take you along with me as I pick those, and then I will show you how I preserve them. Alright, so I'm going to start by picking onions. I'm going to cut off all of these tops and just leave them in a pile here in the garden, and then I'm going to feed those to our chickens later. So the purple onions are first. That's not a bad size. Yeah, some of these are small, but as you can tell, the tops are dying, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull the ones I can. Oh, that's a good size one. All right, this half of the garden is yellow onions, and these got a lot bigger than my purple onions, or red onions. So we'll see how many we get out of here. We got a ton of red onion. Pumpkins have kind of taken over. That's a pretty small one. Well, the yellow onions ended up being a little bit of a disappointment. I had pulled up a few of these, and I guess I pulled up the biggest ones because when I got the rest of them, pretty much all of them were small, and there weren't nearly as many as the red onions. So this was probably the biggest one we got, and they were not all this size at all. This is definitely the biggest one by far. All right, next we're gonna move on to these carrots. I don't have high hopes for them being huge because I didn't thin them out like I should have, but let's see. So I'm gonna do the same thing with these. I'm gonna cut off the green part and give that to the chickens. That's not terrible. Gotta watch out, we've got a bad fire ant problem. All right, so here's the carrot haul. We had some pretty good sized ones. A lot of them were really small. That's okay. The really, really small ones I just threw in the pile to go to the chickens because there's no point in me trying to peel those or clean them. But not bad. All right, last but not least, let's get these golden potatoes out of the ground. I'm going to try to do this without a hoe just because I don't want to walk to the shed and get one. We've already picked some, but I can't remember where that was. There's one. Ooh, there's a good one. Couldn't do it without the hoe. All right, I finished harvesting the potatoes. It is like 100% humidity out here, probably near 90 degrees, and I am out of breath and I am tired. But this is what I got. I think there could still be some more in the ground. I did my best, but Stetson may have to do some more digging to try to get some more out. So I think today I'm going to put these in the refrigerator or just in a cold space. And we're supposed to get some more rain the rest of the week, so I'll work on putting all of this up and preserving it on one of those rainy days. But I think for now, I'm going to go take a break. Here I am getting started on the onions. I chopped off either end and then peeled off the outer skin. I rinsed them off and then put them in a strainer and then chopped off the bad spots that were left. Then I diced them up and put them in a food processor so that they could be chopped into tinier pieces. I pulse these a few times in the food processor, but you have to be careful doing this because if you over pulse it, it turns into like a liquidy mess. Next, I put the onions in quart-sized Ziploc bags, and then I pressed them down so that way they were very thin, and this will allow me to break off chunks of this once it's frozen and just throw it in a pot to saute. Next, I got started on the red onion. There were a lot more of these, so it took me a little longer, but I just did the exact same process. Here's the finished product. I ended up with 8 bags of the red onion and 3 bags of the yellow onion. So the weather really threw a kink in my preserving plans this week. You can probably hear our generator humming here. We haven't had power for the last 2 days, and we have had storm after storm just batter our area. We've got limbs down. Even though we do have the generator, I don't want to waste gas doing preserving, so I was gonna blanch some potatoes and some carrots and freeze them. And if you're wondering why I'm freezing everything instead of canning it, there is going to be a lot of canning done out of our garden, and we do not have a lot of storage. So the things I can freeze, I'm trying to freeze, but that's going to have to be a problem for another day. I don't know when our power is going to be restored. We haven't had any estimated time of restoration. So I think that's where I'm going to end the video today. Make sure to stay tuned. I'm going to do a lot of preserving content this summer as we harvest more stuff out of our garden. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.